You got to fight for everything in your life. I understand, I hope you understand what I'm talking about. The subject today is breaking barriers. What is a barrier? It's in here. It's in here. Everything I do in my life today, I do 100%. Everything. And that includes building a network. 100%. There are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts, my friend. Let me tell you this. There's no shortcut. This business is a shortcut. What is breaking boundaries? It is small victories. Small victories, small. It's that next step in your life. For me, the first step in my life was being able to speak. How many of you grew up with stammer? So you know what a psychological thing it is, just to be able to speak properly and someone doesn't laugh in your face is a victory. Today I'm talking in front of thousands of you with ease. Small, small victories, guys. Small, small. It's not big. Small, small steps will get you there. There's a saying in English, inch by inch, it's easy. Actually, the saying goes, inch by inch, it's a cinch. Cinch means it's easy. Yard by yard, it's hard. Don't focus on the yards. Focus on the... So what is your first inch in this business? What is your first inch? How many of you want to make $1 million a year? Come on, put your hands up. Of course, everyone wants to do it. How many of you will die to earn one check next week? Now put your bloody hand up. How many of you will pay the price to earn the check next week? Because that is your next inch. You have to fight for your check next week, boss. It's do or die, life and death. You think people don't throw eggs at me on social media and stuff? You think my life is all roses? Boss, in this world, the higher you go, the more people will try and pull you down. Remember this. People have gone to my mother and told her, oh, do you know that Dave was in the news? His name was taken on national television. You know, his name came in the newspaper. And we are worried about him. Is he okay? I gotta love my mom. One day we'll all meet her. She looked at him, she said, don't worry about Dave, he's more than okay. Okay? No, it's not over. My mom, I got some mirchi from her side. For those of you who don't understand Hindi, mirchi means chili of the bum. Yeah? She said, you see, the thing is that people are talking about him. Nobody even knows who the hell your son is. So just shut up and don't worry about him. So my motto when I signed up was a plan a day, a check a week. If I didn't show one presentation a day now, it's like I didn't brush my teeth. Or I didn't take a bath or I didn't take a shit. That's how dirty I felt. A plan a day and one check a week. And that's where it all started. A plan a day, a check a week. A plan a day, a check a week. Presentation, registration, training. Presentation, registration, training. Presentation, registration, training. Plan a day, check a week. I took that decision in December 9th and 10th, 2005. In that weekend, I went and I shook my upline's hand and I told him, watch me now. Now watch me, boss. Abhi picture baki hai. Since then, till now, QNet has paid me every week for 14 years. 14 years, boss. Not one dot week. No maiden overs. Even if it is $250, I got paid. How many of you today are going to decide that from now on you will get paid every week? That is your first step. That is your first step, guys. That is your first step to greatness. What is the process of creating you below you is what will take you to the next level. That is your next step. Are you understanding me? And when you do it consistently, it will start becoming normal for you. So you know what I am? Trust me, I don't give the best presentations in the world. I'm not the best speaker in the world. My product knowledge also is not, many of you may know more about the products than me, although I know a lot. But one thing I will take credit for, one thing only. I know how to duplicate. That is my strength. And the second thing is something called survival. Survival is one of the most overlooked aspects of life. Leave alone this business, life. Do you realize that survival, many of you are here today because you have survived. We all have our deepest, darkest hours. And you learn how to. It's called living to fight another day. You're willing to do that with your life, but with this business, you become a wimp. Oh, I tried, I spoke to 5 guys, it's not happening, forget it. Let me move on. Are you serious about changing your life and getting to a 7-figure income? If you're serious about that, grow up. Yeah. Grow up. I've started building the business, and in the early days, when I was still not full-time, I flew to London on a British Airways flight. And who was the guy sitting next to me? Sachin Tendulkar. So I didn't want to be a pain, He kind of smiled at me, but he didn't remember me. So I smiled back at him. I waited for the seatbelt sign to go off and all. I said, I've been to your house and I played against you in school. And immediately, it came back. I know we had met, I don't know where. And I asked him a question. I said, first I abused him a little bit. I told him, you screwed our happiness in school and everything. He started laughing. I told him I was the wicket keeper, behind. He said, yeah, I remember you even told me when. I said, when did you know that you belonged there? And the story starts in Pakistan. 16-year-old boy has gone to Pakistan. Yes? Everyone was fascinated with him. He's telling me the story. He went to bed. Now let me explain to you what happened before he came to bed. So now you have to understand. Waqar Yunus, Wasim Akram, Aqib Javed, all these guys are freaking terrors, man. Okay? 16-year-old bacha comes. And on the other side was Navjot Sidhu, Sardar. So Sardar, this is actually Sidhu's story about Tendulkar, which I am just sharing with you. So he's saying, Arey yaar, the best place to play these guys is from the other side. Let me stay on the non-striker. He said, now this 16 saal ka bacha aa gaya. I should take the responsibility and play because they're going to knock his head off. Tendulkar, first ball, went past his nose like that, top, into the wicketkeeper's hand. That's when he said, I realized it's war. There's no beta, pinching the cheeks, homemade food, you're out there now. Now, this is it. Either you belong or you don't belong. You prove yourself now. Few balls later, he had his nose broken. You know that. He got hit in the head and he collapsed. Sidhu was shaking his head. He said, it was a massacre waiting to happen. He's bleeding. He heard a boy's voice saying, "Me khilto." You know what that means? I will play. Me khilto. They fixed him up and he's batting again. Now he's already got one short ball that has taken his head off. In true Waqar Yunus style, he bowled him one of the toe breakers, that in-swinging Yorker, because he said he'll be waiting for the short delivery. Yeah? He stayed in his crease. The ball swung and he had watched two guys getting their dandies removed from behind. And on the back foot, he cracked it. And the ball hit the fence before he had finished his action only. Let me give you a stat. Who scored the most test centuries in the history of cricket? Who scored the most runs in the history of Test cricket? It took him 4 to 5 years to score his first 100 after that. Check the stats. 4 to 5 years before he scored his first test 100 after his debut. Can we not learn from this man? Persistence, dedication, constant growth, improving, attitude. True or not? You will have to go through the same thing. You won't get your head blown off. You have to deal with the word no. The word no for you is like that bouncer coming. You all are so scared of it. Correct or not? Oh, he didn't sign up. Oh, what to do? What's the problem? What's the problem? It's the process. You have to go through it. Dave, how is it that with all this negativity, this thing is still, this thing, they call it the thing. They don't call it business or anything. It's a thing. I don't know what the thing is, but they call it the thing. This thing is still. I said, India is full of idiots. Not only do they sign up, they spend money, come to Bangkok, sit in Weekon, spend more money, come, do all this. That means this thing is working now for some people. So if you talk to enough people, this thing will work for you also.